Lawndale Community Cable Television, Channel 22 presents Ocean League Basketball, Leuzinger High School Boys Varsity. Tonight, from Torrance, California, it's the Leuzinger High School Olympians taking on the Torrance High School Tartans at the home of the Tartans in Torrance, California. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be viewing this broadcast. This is Dave Marks, your regular Channel 22 sports announcer. I'll be here at side court tonight at the Tartans' Den, bringing you the second ball game on the season between these two teams that battle in the Ocean League, Torrance and Leuzinger. Leuzinger comes in with an overall 16-7 record. They are 9-3 in the Ocean League, and the big news tonight is this. Consider these factors. The Leuzinger Olympians are now tied with West Torrance at 9-3 in the Ocean League. They are in an exact tie record-wise at 9-3. If Leuzinger wins this ball game tonight and West Torrance loses their game, they're also playing. If they lose, the Leuzinger Olympians are champions of the Ocean League. Basically, the magic number is 2. It can happen tonight, or it can happen on Thursday if Leuzinger wins this game and they win on Thursday. But, of course, their coach, Travis Showalter, is not concerned about those sorts of things, as you see the standings right there. Now, for Torrance is actually 7-5. That the graphic is slightly wrong. The 4 teams that are bunched up, El Segundo, Culver City, Torrance, and Miracosta, they're all 7-5. And as you see the standings, 4 of the top teams will make it to the postseason. So you pretty much know 2 are in, Leuzinger and West Torrance. 1 will be the champion of the Ocean League. Another 2 will go, and 2 of those other teams will disappear. And, of course, Hawthorne and Beverly Hills are waiting till next season. The concern for Leuzinger coach Travis Showalter is that his team takes matters properly in hand this evening. They are in a situation where they control their own fate, their own destiny, and he's concerned that they may become somewhat complacent. They did lose to Torrance earlier in the season. They lost to them at home. Torrance was one of the 3 teams to beat Leuzinger, and despite the fact that they are a much shorter team than the Leuzinger Olympians, they feel it is going to be a competitive ball game. Jeffrey Kalama, their leading scorer, number 11, actually number 21 on your screen in white. He'll be jumping at center against Chaz Foster. He's averaging 15 points a ball game. Chaz Foster doing well in the middle as of late. Official between him and Torrance. The home team controls the tap. They will shoot at the basket to your left. The Williams brothers, Marshawn and Michael Williams, are in the backcourt at the starting guard position. That's James Chong with the shot. And Chang, actually, up and in. James Chang, the 5'8" junior. He gets the first bucket of the night as he goes for the steal. It's Leuzinger with the basketball. Oscar Ortega in the backcourt tonight, along with Tyrone Reed. They whip it around outside. Now looking down low. And Brandon Connor not able to hit. Battle for the rebound. Leuzinger keeps it alive. Shooting at the basket to your right. Off it goes now to Ortega. Ortega from the back of the key. In and out. And the rebound grab by Chang. Chang will get it to the backcourt mate, Marshawn Williams, up court along the left side. Grinch Arney, who got the start tonight, number 34, away from the ball. We get a whistle on the play and a push. And the foul will be charged on the Leuzinger Olympians.
Pushing foul called against the Olympians. Ball goes out of bounds to the Tartars.
It's going to be Tartars with the basketball. Substitute into the ball game for Leuzinger as Joe Shepard Jr. comes into the ball game. 7:05 to go. It'll be a throw-in for Torrance underneath their bucket. Going to come in way out high. Of course, there's no backcourt. Called at this level of play as they throw it off on the left side to Michael Williams. Michael Williams from behind the three-point line, and he makes it a 5-0 ball game.
Number 30, Michael.
So Michael Williams to the first bucket of the night. It's a three-pointer, and it's 5-0 in favor of the home team, Torrance Tartars. Into the front court with the ball are the Leuzinger Olympians. They look down low for Chaz Foster to the hoop in the glass, and he's up and in. Chaz Foster with his first bucket of the night gets Leuzinger on the board. It's 5-2 at the 6:30 mark of the first quarter in this ball game. Torrance with the basketball. That's Arney on the drive to the hoop. Shot won't go. Rebound Shepard. Up court quickly. Ortega back outside. They whip it around. Shepard open for the three-pointer. Rebound grab by Arney. Long feed in the front court. Layup is missed underneath. Kalama in deep, not able to get it, but Torrance comes away with the rebound, and that's Chang with the ball. Out of Marshawn Williams. And a good pass going underneath. It'll lead to the bucket. The bucket up and in by Jeffrey Kalamba. And it's 7-2 in favor of Torrance. Joe Shepard into the front court. Almost lost out of bounds. Now it's saved into the wrong hands, and it's a 4-on-2 break. They've got numbers. Drive to the hoop. Shot missed. Shot was challenged that time. And Cedric Poe challenged the shot for Leuzinger. 5:27 mark of the first quarter. 7-2 in favor of Torrance. It'll be a Leuzinger throw-in. Coming into the ball game for the Leuzinger Olympians, Brandon Dixon. A little token full court pressure. Joe Shepard will be handling the basketball. Being watched by James Shang. They're about the same height. Ortega on the right, looking in the post now. Good interior pass, and that's a bucket put up and in by Shaz Foster. He's got 4. Good interior passing that time. 7-4 in favor of the Torrance Tartars. In the front court, Arnie looking baseline. Nice move on the baseline, and it'll count. And he'll be going to the free throw line. Jeffrey Kalama from Arnie. Good passing. And he will be at the 5-minute mark trying to complete the 3-point play. Foul that time committed down low. And in the early stages of this first quarter, we've seen Travis Showalter for Leuzinger substitute quite liberally here as Jonathan Smith, the freshman, is coming into the ball game. He replaced Brandon Dixon, who's having a word with Coach Showalter at the moment. Free throw is in off the roll. 5 points for Jeffrey Kalama Jr., averaging 15 a ball game, and it's 10-4. Leuzinger Olympians down by 6. They've not trailed too much in their last few ball games. Jonathan Smith outside. Pass into the corner. There's Ortega. Shot rims the basket. Olympians getting one shot attempt, a steal attempt. And Shepard has it. Good steal attempt there. And they will come away with another possession at the 4:35 mark of the first quarter. Jonathan Smith. Inside to Brandon Connor. Chaz Foster. Shot clock now at 10 seconds. That's Connor, one-on-one move. Gave a little elbow and he lost the ball. Gets it back. Bounces on the right side for Foster, and he'll get the layup. Well, the little elbow, little loose ball, little song, little dance, little seltzer down your pants, and it goes to the losing Olympians. 2 points for Chaz Foster. He's got all 6 tonight, 10-6 in favor of Torrance. Here's the outside shot. It's an air ball. Brent Arnie on the air ball. Leuzinger to the front court. And there's going to be a bucket by Cedric Poe. Cedric Poe from in close makes it a 2-point ball game, 10-8 in favor of Torrance. Torrance has led right throughout. They had the 6-point lead. The Olympians have not led as of yet. Behind the 3-point line, he's left open, not able to shoot, in and out. Battle for the rebound. Torrance going to come away with it. Now here's a 3-point shooter shooting from the corner. Not able to hit. Kalama on the miss there. And the Olympians with a chance to tie on this trip up court. Little fake, and the ball is out of bounds off the foot of Jonathan Smith. The Torrance coach, George Tashiabana, is in his 4th year at this particular school. That's Travis Showalter in his first at head coach of Leuzinger, as his team perhaps on the verge of winning a league title. And a call here going against Leuzinger, it appears.
Against Leuzinger, ball out of bounds to the Tartars.
Tartars will take it from under the bucket. Jeffrey Kalama looks the trigger. And on the drive to the hoop, bucket up and in by Lance Keys, who's checked in. Lance Keys, the first sub off the bench, makes it a 4-point game. Just a couple of ticks under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter from Torrance. Chaz Foster gonna fake it. Back now to Ortega. Outside to Joe Shepard Jr. Pulls up, not able to get it. Offensive rebound attempt. Ball goes out of bounds. It's gonna be Leuzinger ball.
Last touch by the Tartars, Leuzinger basketball.
At the 2:40 mark of the first quarter. And it'll be thrown in by Oscar Ortega, the senior. look to get it in close. Shaz Foster not able to hit. He had position, had the leap, but not able to get it to go down. And here's Torrance to the front court. Michael Williams to Marshawn Williams. Left open for three. Not able to go glass. And that looks like that's going to be an over-the-top charged against Torrance. That'll be their second team foul. And for Leuzinger, Brandon Dixon will be checking back into the ball game to replace Cedric Poe, who's got a bucket for two. A little token full court pressure here, which Torrance will do on occasion. Try to do situational defenses, as most coaches will try to do. Dixon with it. Ortega, and he's going to be called for steps. So referee Enrique Arroyo calling steps there on Oscar Ortega. Three officials tonight as Ortega goes off. Keith Sedgwick is one official, Enrique Arroyo, and Frank Peters is the other. And the reason why you have three officials is they know that this is an important ball game, and they feel that they want to do that at this part of the year, because you're heading toward playoff time. And, they don't want to see things get out of hand. No extra pushing and shoving. They want the game to be called as correctly as possible. Lance Keys on the miss. Rebound for Leuzinger. They break it to the front court quickly. There's Dixon up court. Dixon now to Jonathan Smith, who's checked back in. Little stutter step, ain't close to travel, but the runner is good. Brandon Dixon with a bucket, and it's 12-10 in favor of Torrance. At the 1:25 mark of the first quarter, Marshawn Williams looking baseline, and there's a nice drive to the hoop, but the layup is blown by Paul Davis. It was a good pass. Wide open, just not able to hit. So Leuzinger with a chance to tie. There's Cedric Poe. Three-point attempt. High rebound, battled for. And Torrance will take it. Marshawn Williams gonna go one-on-one. Challenge a couple of big people, knocked away, but Charters are able to control at the 55-second mark of the first quarter. And Marcus Sasaki had the basketball, and the call made going against the home team, Torrance. So on the turnover, it's going to be Leuzinger basketball. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Olympians with a chance to tie on this trip up court. Marcus Sasaki, the junior, guarding the freshman Jonathan Smith. Into the post, back pass. Shepard going to try to run it down, but he's not going to get there, and it's going to go out of bounds. So a turnover and a very low-scoring first quarter thus far. But all in all, the action not too bad, I guess you would agree. Marshawn Williams up court on the right to Davis. Bounces one in the corner. Sasaki with it on the weave to Marshawn Williams. Jeffrey Kalama on the pass-off, gets it back. Interior passing, and it'll lead to two. Good interior passing. Lance Keys, the beneficiary. 14-10 at the 18-second mark of the first corner. Brandon Connor. That got to Dixon. Shot clock is off. Leuzinger Olympians will hold for the last shot of the first quarter. 10 seconds in the quarter. Brandon Dixon. Jump pass back. Here's Shepard going to shoot the three-pointer. In and out. And the buzzer will sound, and the first quarter has come to an end. So, a good first quarter for Torrance, the team that has already beaten the Leuzinger Olympians once on the year. They beat them at Leuzinger's home. And one quarter complete, the Torrance Tartars 14, Leuzinger Olympians 10. Well, we tell you the importance of this ball game for both teams. If you talk to George Tashiamana, the head coach of the Torrance Tartars, he will have you believe that if they can win here tonight and win their next game, and at least go 9-5, well, of course, they will have succeeded in defeating the Leuzinger Olympians twice. Well, a lot of things have to happen. Leuzinger would have to lose here tonight and lose their last game. If that would happen, both schools would have 5 losses, so they would have the tiebreak advantage. And he would have to hope that West Torrance loses twice, and he can sneak in as the division winner. That's the way he's thinking. So even though the Leuzinger Olympians are somewhat in the driver's seat, they have things to their advantage. Destiny is in their own hands tonight. They're facing a team that has not given up and does believe that they have a chance, slim as it is, of pulling it out. They at least know that they've got an excellent shot at making the postseason. And that's why they know this is a very important game, and they are going to play tough as they have done in the first quarter. Leuzinger ball as we start the second quarter. They've got the basketball, shooting at the basket to your right. There's Shepard. Leuzinger has yet to get it going from the perimeter. 3 players collapse on Chaz Foster, and he's tied up. Well, good defense that time, good collapsing zone. Right now, the only thing that's worked in the ball game to this point for the Leuzinger Olympians has been the low post play of Chaz Foster. And, well, if nothing else is working, you can give him the Patrick Ewing treatment. Drop 3 people back on him, and that's what they're doing at this point. Chris Judd in the ball game. He's the blonde guy with the blonde who's going to shoot this 15-footer. He goes in and out. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Good lead pass to Shepard, and he will get the layup. So they take advantage of the 3-on-1. Shepard's got his first bucket, 14-12 in favor of Torrance. A couple of different players on the court right now. That's Chris Judd on the pass off. Lance Keys with it, back to Judd. On it outside, came close to steps. Here's an open 3-pointer, no good. And for about the 3rd time in this ball game, Leuzinger Olympians have a chance to tie on this possession with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Fake 3-point attempt. Pass it off. Dixon with a runner, got it, and the ball game is tied. Brandon Dixon, he's got 4 points, and we're tied at 14 apiece. 6:45 to go in the second quarter. Leuzinger Olympians have never led, and Torrance has had a 6-point lead in the first quarter. Michael Williams. There's a bouncer and a jumper. Going to be off the rim. Offensive rebound. He'll get another possession. And they say he stepped on the end line. So out of bounds, James Chang. And it'll be the Leuzinger Olympians with the basketball, a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game on the road. Jonathan Smith into the front court, being guarded by James Chang. Here's Dixon. They look down low, and the shot is a good block. Offensive rebound to Leuzinger, and it's back up and in by Brandon Dixon. Well, it was a good block the first time as the shot, Brandon Connor's shot, was rejected, but the Leuzinger Olympians are in front by a score of 16-14 at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Bounce pass is Judd open, and he hits it. Good bouncer. Judd had the open look, and Chris Judd, the junior's got his first points of the night. We're tied again at 16. Full court pressure, close to a turnover there. This will be Jonathan Smith, and that's obvious. That's an obvious offensive foul. Push off with the elbow. And for Jonathan Smith, that's his first foul. James Chang, not an acting job, that looked legit. 5:39 to go. And there's a good bounce pass and a blocked shot. Torrance will come away with it. Looked like Brandon Connor blocked that one. Judd with some arms in his face will throw it back out to Chang. Chang to Judd. He's left open. He'll shoot in and out. And rebound to Leuzinger. They can untie the score. Ortega back in the ball game. To go now to Gibbons. And here's Dixon with a 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. And the shot is up and in on the offensive rebound by Brandon Connor. So Brandon Connor gives Leuzinger a 2-point lead again at the 4:50 mark of this second quarter. There's Paul Davis. Davis and Michael Williams. Looking like they want to post somebody up on the right side. It's not there at the moment. Shot clock winding down, stroll to the hole and no bucket. Offensive rebound, that'll do it. Offensive rebound by Lance Keys. He's got 6, and he is the leading scorer for the Torrance Tartans. It was a good penetration and an offensive rebound attempt that led to 2. Score tied at 18 apiece. Brandon Dixon guarded by Judd. And there's a turnaround and a partial deflection by Lance Keys, but they said he stepped out of bounds. Well, Keys blocked Brandon Connor's shot that time, but could not control, and Keys will be leaving the ball game, Keys and Judd. And Lance Keys has been good off that bench. He's got 6 points. Judd leaves with a bucket for 2. Leuzinger Olympians throw in. That's Maurice Givens. Here's the three-pointer by Ortega. It is no good, but he is fouled on the three-point attempt. So fouled on the three-point attempt is Oscar Ortega, the senior, and he will go to the line with a chance to shoot 2 free throws. This is the first trip to the line tonight for Leuzinger. Coming in the second quarter at the 3:58 mark. Torrance has been to the line just 1 time. And that was on the a three-point play attempt. So I believe he does have 2 more coming. Yep, he will get another. That's what happens when you foul someone in the act of shooting a three-pointer. We'll substitute right here at the moment. Marshawn Williams is back into the ball game for Torrance. Ortega gets 2 out of 3 from the line. 20-18 in favor of the Leuzinger Olympians. There's Marshawn Williams. Three-point attempt. And it's straight through the three-pointer for Jeffrey Kalama. He's got 8. That's his first three-pointer. And Torrance back out in front by 1. Full court pressure, and they turn it over. Well, the pressure leading to the turnover. And the Tartars of Torrance get it back. Oscar Ortega will check out of the ball game for Leuzinger. And coming back in will be Jonathan Smith. Michael Williams. Ball batted away by Smith momentarily. Williams gets it back. Marshawn Williams. Torrance keeps possession. It's Travis Showalter. It's kind of warm in this building tonight. It's going to get hotter as this night wears on in more ways than one. Marshawn Williams spotted for 3, and he drains it. Marshawn Williams, his first three-pointer, and that's 3 three-point buckets on the night for Torrance. They're back in front by 4, 24-20 at the 3:10 mark. That pass broken up and intercepted, and Torrance with another possession. Lead in the front court. Some good passing. Spotted for another 3. Can he do it again? Not this time. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Leuzinger ball. So Marshawn Williams had the look. And to this point, you would have to say offensively for Leuzinger, they have yet to really get anything good going. They've hit some transition buckets, but nothing in a half-court set besides Chaz Foster, which you see there, and he's quickly triple-teamed, which almost led to a turnover. Now the ball is turned over. Brandon Connor, scoop pass to Marshawn Williams. Here's the other way. Check that, Chang with a shot, no good. Rebound Leuzinger. They've got a fast break if they hurry. Chaz Foster, not able to hit the layup. Had the layup, couldn't get it. Shepard keeps it alive. Leuzinger with another 35 seconds to work it. Good back pass, and he'll be going to the line. So, and nice back pass there that time. Brent Arney commits the personal foul. And it'll be 2 free throws for the Leuzinger Olympians. Brandon Dixon, the man that was fouled. Second trip to the line tonight for Leuzinger. He'll get 1 more. We'd like to take this time to congratulate the Leuzinger sophomore basketball team. They are 11-0. And they said hi to us before the ball game. Bryant Wilson averaging 20 points. Darian Burton 15 points a game. And Gregory Culpepper also one of the teammates. And congratulations to their coach, Will, the Leuzinger sophomore basketball team, 11-0, having a good year. So far tonight, the varsity team is not having the best of nights. Here's a three-pointer. It won't go, but the tip is up and in, and it's a tip basket. And it's Brent Arney that got credit for the tip. 6-point ball game. That's his first bucket of the night. 1:52 to go in this second quarter. It'll be Leuzinger basketball. They have not had a perimeter game tonight. They've not had a fast break. Their best offense has been the low post play of Shaz Foster, but with nothing else going, the defense is beginning to take that option away. Brandon Connor to Shepard. There's the running one-hander, got it. Brandon Dixon, he's got 8. They've been shooting well. There's Kalama for 3, and Kalama's got 11. This team in Torrance has some players that can hit it from the perimeter, and they're doing a pretty good job of it in the first half. They've got their largest lead now, 29-22. There's Shepard, the 120 mark of the second quarter. Pass off underneath, and it's going to lead to a bucket by Cedric Poe. Cedric Poe from Joe Shepard Jr., 29-24. And on the drive to the bucket, it's Brent Army. Strong move to the hole, 31-24. Full court pressure almost leading to a steal. Knocked out of bounds. That is going to be, referee on the far side of the court says it is going to be Tartan's ball. Leuzinger thought that they had that one, but it's a turnover at the 52nd mark of the second quarter. Torrance trying to go up by 9 or more. Marshawn Williams, good pass underneath. Broken up, and the Leuzinger Olympians have the basketball. It's Brandon Connor. Brandon Connor up and under and in. Brandon Connor's got 4. 31 seconds to go. 5-point ball game. As Connor was warned about something there, we don't know what, but given a warning. Michael Williams whips it on the right, spotted for 3, and this one is no good. And it'll be a foul, stopping the clock at the 22nd mark of the first half. Neither team over the limit, so they'll have to go to the length of the court for a bucket. Brandon Dixon with it to Shepard. Double team, and it almost led to a steal. They played some good traps tonight. Their coach, George Tacchiabana, said that they do have the ability to trap when necessary, and so far you would have to say, especially in the second quarter, they've known who to put the pressure on, and it has been one of the factors that's not allowed Leuzinger to really get into their offense. Shaz Foster, as you see, it's taken away from him. 7 seconds to go, but it's taken back. Here's Shepard, going to try to pass off on the interior, and it'll lead to a bucket by Shaz Foster, and that's how the half will come to an end. So it has been a hard-working half for both teams, and at the half, it is the Torrance Tartars with a 3-point lead over the Leuzinger Olympians, 31-28. Well, we're going to rest for a few. Just kind of let them blow the fans to cool the arena off. Both teams will go and have a little word with their coaches and decide what they want to do for the final 16. And you go to that fridge, get yourself whatever you intend to get. As long as it's good, get yourself back in front of your sets, and we come back with the second half in a moment. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Torrance, California. This is Dave Marks. We're at Channel 22. We're at the half. Leuzinger and Torrance in a tough one. Torrance up by 3. They had a 7-point lead. Leuzinger had a 2-point lead. Leading scorer for the Torrance Tartars, Jeffrey Kalama. He's got 11. He had 2 3-pointers. Came on in the second quarter. And the leading scorer for the Leuzinger Olympian, Shaz Foster. He has 14, 8 in the first quarter, 6 in the second. At the half, Travis Showalter was overtelling Shaz Foster he's going to need him to step up, as though he did not have a big first half as it is. The story of the first half, particularly the second quarter, was the defense and the press of that man's team, George Tacchiabana and Torrance. And they have a 3-point lead, and they played a good first half. And we're underway for the second. As Joe Shepard Jr. strolled to the hole, and it'll be a foul. Starting the second half, third quarter, if you will. Oscar Ortega and Joe Shepard Jr. in the backcourt, along with Shaz Foster, Maurice Givens, and Cedric Poe. Ortega makes it a 2-point ball game. Check that. Shepard Jr. makes it a 2-point ball game. Sometimes get those two players confused. And some similarities. 1 out of 2. Givens able to save it, but it's taken right away and comes back to Leuzinger, however. Foster had his pocket picked. Now the shot is blocked. Follow-up no good. It'll be a jump ball. And the arrow pointing in favor of Torrance. Well, Torrance is a smaller team in terms of height for the most part. Lance Keys at 6'3", plays a lot bigger than that. But you would not know it by the way they play trapping full-court defense. They are all over the basketball. As here's Leuzinger over the basketball. It's a 2-on-1. Shepard on a drive to the bucket, and we've got a tie ball game. So Joe Shepard on the steal, a case of giving them a taste of their own medicine. And Shepard makes it a 31-31 contest. He's got 5. Now they take it away again. It'll be a fast break. Shepard with a layup, and the Olympians are leading by a score of 33-31. So here are the Leuzinger Olympians putting on the pressure. And this should be a layup, but it's not. In and out. As we come the other way. Shaz Foster, that'll be a layup. And it's going to be a timeout. So Leuzinger Olympians with a little bit of a blitz. They have outscored their opponents now, 7-0. And we are 1 minute and 8 seconds in to this third quarter. Travis Showalter is a coach for Leuzinger who is basically, when you greet him off the court, is very mild-mannered, very pleasant to talk to, very good and conversational. However, when he gets his game face on, you would think you're talking to someone who is a part of, and I don't watch this, so I wouldn't know, let's say the WWF. Now, some of our folks in the truck know a little bit about that. If Rufus Washington were here, he'd know about that. But if you follow WWF wrestling, when you get into Travis Showalter's huddle as a coach or see him in game form, he is totally different than you would see him. And you know he said something to those troops at the half because they have come out here with the defensive pressure matching what Torrance did in the first half. Interior pass broken up, taken away. Here's James Chang as they whip it around. Torrance is yet to mark in this third quarter. And this is their first sustained possession. Here's a three-point shot. Goes in and out. Long lead to Ortega. Ortega gonna wait for some team to get down. Ortega on a drive to the glass, and he's gonna put it through. Oscar Ortega, his first field goal. He's got 4. Here's another steal. Here's Poe. Not able to get it. And the rebound by Kalama. Long lead in the front court. And it'll be a layup up and in to Michael Williams. That's the first bucket, and now we get a near steal. 5:50 to go third quarter. Leuzinger's largest lead was 6. That's Givens. Bounce inside to Foster. Not able to find a handle. And here comes Torrance. They're all over Shaz Foster in the paint, as they should be. And that'll be a foul on the way to the hoop. And it'll be in the act of shooting.
Number 21, Jeff Kalama to the line.
Jeff Kalama will be doing the shooting. Nobody in any foul difficulty in the first half. As a matter of fact, did not even go over the limit in the first half of the ball game with the score 37-33 in favor of the Leuzinger Olympians. Jeffrey Kalama on the line. This, I guess it bears repeating what the ramifications of this game are tonight for the Leuzinger Olympians. They are tied right now 9-3 with West Torrance. If they win here tonight and West Torrance loses at El Segundo, they have got the championship of the Ocean League. If they win tonight and West Torrance also wins, they can win it by beating El Segundo on Thursday. Basically, the magic number is 2, but as we saw by the first half, anything can happen, and it probably will. 37-33, and when you play defense like that, you see what I mean? You can turn a game. A little scramble for the ball, and I believe they call a tie-up. Actually, it's a 10-second violation. failure to get it across the backcourt. So you would have to, as Shepard comes into the ball game, actually Jonathan Smith coming into the ball game, number 10 in your screen there. You have to give credit to the Torrance team. Although they are small, their coach warned that they would be gritty. And they were all over the ball. They can tie it with a three-pointer. Drive to the hoop and a layup up and in. James Chang, his second field goal. He's got 4. And it was a 7-0 run to begin the quarter. But now, as you see, the ball knocked out of bounds on the double team. It is a 1-point ball game. That's what they are doing. They are doubling the right people at the right spots of the court. And Leuzinger does not appear to have someone out there, a point guard, who can kind of handle that pressure as the ball is kicked. They have really gotten Leuzinger out of their game. They've done well on Chaz Foster in the post. He's in the left post right now, but they're going to go to the double team if they try to get it in there. Here's Dixon. They're looking for Foster, and there, you see what we mean. That's good defense. Marshall Williams. Ball knocked out of bounds on an acrobatic attempt by Brandon Dixon, given the body. Knocked that ball out of bounds. To look at Dixon, he almost thought, well, where am I after doing that? Leuzinger going to go small right now in terms of Jonathan Smith, Oscar Ortega, and Joe Shepard Jr. in the backcourt. It's Brent Arney, and here's a 15-footer to give them the lead. That won't go, but that will. Jeffrey Kalama, he'll be going to the line trying to complete the three-point play. Torrance back out in front by 1. And who said Torrance can't rebound? Their coach before the ball game, George Tatiabana, was saying he was concerned about their rebounding, about their ability to get on the boards. Well, they've done a pretty good job of it, as it's 15 points, right at his average for Jeffrey Kalama Jr. 3-point lead for Torrance. They led by 7 in the second quarter. Leuzinger had the lead on the jump ball situation here. The arrow pointing in favor of Leuzinger. Leuzinger had the 6-point lead, which has disappeared at the 4:18 mark. Oscar Ortega. They're in the 2-3 zone. They'll want to deny Chaz Foster the ball in the post, of course. They're doing a great job of denying the entry pass. Brandon Dixon is going to come back in the ball game for Leuzinger. Cedric Poe and Chaz Foster will be the big people. As play is stopped right now for what I do not know. One of the officials is over talking to the Leuzinger bench. And I get no idea, they're just standing in front of the bench. Brandon Dixon wants to come in. Speaking to Travis Showalter. And I think we're about ready for some basketball right about now. Jonathan Smith. And they say he stepped on the end line. Great defense being played tonight here by Torrance. Now they will get Joe Shepard Jr. back into the ball game as Travis Showalter continues to shuttle key players in and out, hoping for the right kind of combination. That intensity Leuzinger had in the first 2 minutes of the quarter has evaporated. This will be a 2 if it goes. And the foul is going to be charged against Torrance. A little over the top there on the rebound. When this quarter opened up, the Leuzinger Olympians were all over the basketball. It led to some steals, and they went on that run to begin the quarter. That 7-0 run. Things have kind of turned around since then. It's actually been 9-2 since that point, and we're at the 3:57 mark of the third quarter. Here's a near triple team. Here's Joe Shepard Jr. He's into the paint, and it'll be a blocking foul. The ability to pick up the ball handler at the right spot. As you saw that near triple team right there that they were able to beat. And a substitution here. Joe Shepard looking to throw it in. Looking in deep. There's Foster, and he's got a tough bucket. Chaz Foster has 18. And it's 39-39 is the correct score. At 40 a second ago, but I guess they've corrected it. So the score is tied at 39 apiece. 3:30 to go, third quarter. That could have been what the stoppage was about, checking that score. Remember, about a minute ago, play was stopped. Here's a good pass and a bucket up and in by Marshawn Williams. Marshawn Williams is 5, and it's now 41-39 in favor of Torrance. Here's the double team. There's the pass. There's the jumper. There's the tip out. There's the control. There's the tip and the bucket for Joe Shepard Jr. Joe Shepard Jr.'s got 9. We're tied again at 41. Couple of ticks under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Spotted for the 3, Kalama. That's an air ball. Ortega is way up ahead of the field, calling for the basketball. Now he'll have to battle big people, and it's knocked out of bounds. Ortega was wide open. They did not see him until the defense got there, so try to challenge the big line of Arnie. Arnie and Jeffrey Kalama Jr. and the ball knocked out of bounds. They'll call a foul. So Oscar Ortega lead to the free throw line. 14 fouls now on Torrance. And Oscar Ortega trying to untie the score. And he does. Tonight, West Torrance playing at El Segundo. That's the game that the Leuzinger Olympians, if there were a visiting scoreboard, their eyes would be on that ball game. But, of course, they have to be more concerned with things here in hand as that spins in and out. Chaz Foster on the follow. Tipped out, and that's Poe trying to put it back. It'll hit, but it won't count. And there'll be a call going against Leuzinger. It looks like they're going to spot Poe on the foul. And that'll wave off the bucket. It's a 1-point Leuzinger lead, 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Also tonight in the Ocean League, Beverly Hills and Hawthorne going to play. That's a battle for the cellar. Both of them are 1-11. Beverly Hills beating West Torrance last week to put Leuzinger in the position they are in now. And there's a call going against Torrance. And disagree with the call, but the call goes against them right here at the 2:32 mark. Also, Culver City and Miracosta. Culver City and Miracosta, a game of importance because there are 4 teams, as we mentioned, that are 7-5. Here comes the double team. There's the pass. And there's the travel. So they have been unable to find any offensive rhythm, and you have to credit the Torrance defense. Away from the ball, we get a call, and this looks like it's going to go on James Chang. So one of the reasons why they went to 3 officials here tonight, they knew that this was an important ball game. And were there not 3 officials, that last call might not have been made. Now there's a stoppage of play once again. That's back in. Now the double team will probably come at the midcourt line, and not yet. Now it comes, so they pass it off. There's Shepard looking down low for Foster. It's tipped out. And again, another good defensive play. They pressured the ball handlers, denying them the opportunity to handle the ball smoothly. And we're going to have a technical foul called here. We'll see who the technical is on. Looks like it is going to be charged against Torrance, someone on Torrance. Looked like they might have called it on Brent Arnie. I don't know what happened, but tech was called, and here's Ortega to shoot the free throw. He's now got 6. It's a 2-point Leuzinger lead. The 2:04 mark. A lot of little scratching and clawing going on out there. Three-point Olympian lead. And it'll be Leuzinger ball. I don't think Leuzinger has had a three-pointer today. No, they have not. They have not had a three-pointer. That's a ball tipped out of bounds. Torrance has had 4 in this ball game. Jeffrey Kalama Jr. has 2. And the Williams brothers, Marshawn and Michael Williams, have 1 apiece. Jonathan Smith, the freshman, into the ball game for the Leuzinger Olympians. Brandon Dixon in there too. There's Dixon. Look for Poe, left side to Ortega. Here's a 3-point attempt, off the rim. And that pass is stolen. They steal the outlet, jumper from the foul line. 1:35 to go, third quarter. Marshawn Williams. There's Chang with it. Bounce pass on the baseline. Spotted for the 3, looking to tie, not able to do so. Cedric Poe. Jonathan Smith. And Brandon Dixon. 1 minute to go, third quarter. There's Foster. Battle for the rebound. And the call is going to go against the Torrance Tartars. 57 and 2/10 seconds to go. Both of these teams have 1 game remaining on the regular season. Leuzinger's last game on the regular season will be at home Thursday night. They'll play El Segundo. We'll have that ball game for you here on Channel 22. Oscar Ortega been to the line quite a few times in this quarter. Hits the front end of the one-on-one. Been to the line 8 times. He's hit about 5 out of 8. Second one on a miss. Marshawn Williams. Into the corner now. On the baseline. And he drew the contact. Paul Davis draws the foul. And he draws the contact, so he will be shooting the 2 free throws. George Tacchiabana, head coach of Torrance. This is his 4th year at Torrance High School. He played wrestling and football during his high school days. He actually graduated from West Torrance, or West, as they say in this part of town. Went to Long Beach State, USC, Dominguez. He had been an engineer at Hughes Aircraft for 10 years. As Paul Davis hits 2 free throws, 45-43. Here's full court pressure. They've not handled it that well. Shaz Foster put the hand on the ball, and they almost take it away. Ortega spotted for the open one. Well, when you play that way, you're not able to always get the shot that you want. As you saw, they almost took the ball from Shaz Foster, and they've done that all game. They played a tough, gritty defense. Speaking of gritty defense, almost taken away by Brandon Dixon, but it's going to stay by way of Torrance with 16 and 2/10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. There's Marshawn Williams trying to tie it or take the lead on the 3-pointer. 10 seconds now. They're going to have to shoot. 5 seconds. Marshawn Williams. That'll be a 3 if it goes. And at the buzzer, the third quarter comes to an end. So 3 in the books in this very crucial ball game at Torrance. And it is the Leuzinger Olympians with a 2-point lead, 45-43. They trailed at the half by 3. They led in this quarter by 6 points. They went on a 7-0 run to begin the quarter, and they've got the 2-point lead. So they actually outscored Torrance 18-12 in that quarter to have this lead that they have. And as we take a look at some of the cheerleaders, and we're going to take a look at the Ocean League standings, see what's going on. As we've been telling you, West Torrance and El Segundo, that is the ball game that is of crucial importance tonight for Leuzinger. If Leuzinger wins and West Torrance loses, they have the crown in the Ocean League. Beverly Hills at Hawthorne. That's a game for pride, to say the least. And, of course, Hawthorne Cougars have not won a game in a while. And you see the other ball game, Miracosta Culver City. That a ball game that has some implications here. Here we go. 8 minutes to go. Leuzinger in the lead by 2. Torrance will have the first possession. It's Kalama. And close to traveling. Still have the basketball. The Williams brothers. Paul Davis outside. Into the corner. Lance Keys now back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Marshawn Williams. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They will shoot. And they get it with about 3 seconds on the shot clock. That's Paul Davis with his first field goal. We're tied at 45. Full court pressure and a steal. They've done this all ball game, and it has worked for the most part. On the baseline, interior pass to Keys, and he's got the layup. Lance Keys with 8. And they've got the first 4 points of the half and another steal. They have done this all ball game, and the Leuzinger Olympians have had no answer for it. First bucket coming with about 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Second coming off the steal, and this the third possession coming off the steal. The Leuzinger Olympians have yet to get the ball into the front court, and we are about a minute and a half into quarter number 4. 47-45 Torrance. 10 on the shot clock. Inside the pass goes, and the shot is missed. Battle for the rebound. Chaz Foster comes away with it. There's Ortega with it. Chaz Foster in the post if they're able to get it to him. He's going to be doubled, possibly triple team. Ortega with a 3. Offensive rebound. Comes to Brandon Connor. They'll throw it back out. Just under 6 minutes to go now. There's Foster. Offensive rebound won't go, and he's held and fouled. So a good second effort there by Chaz Foster. And he'll go to the free throw line. So substitutions here. Coming into the ball game, Brent Arney for Torrance. As Chaz Foster shoots 1-1. His first trip to the line tonight. Battle for the rebound comes to Torrance. So Leuzinger has yet to score in this quarter. There's Arney in the front court. Good side pass. Fake the three-pointer. Now Marshawn Williams. Whip it to Paul Davis. There's Michael Williams behind the three-point line to Marshawn. Keys. And here's a three-pointer from the left side. Won't go. Rebound to Leuzinger, but they say hold on. It'll be a push-off. So foul charged against the Leuzinger Olympians. That'll be their 5th team foul. Coming at the 5:31 mark of the fourth quarter. Torrance by 2. They've scored all 4 points in this quarter. Here's a three-point attempt, trying to go up by 7, won't go. Battle for the rebound, contact underneath again. And this is going to go against Torrance. James Chang will come back in the ball game for Torrance. They're going to pick it up at the midcourt line. They'll get it over this time. Now the double team comes again. Ortega, interior pass to Foster, and he'll tie the score. Chaz Foster has now got 20 points, tied at 47. There's Paul Davis to Keys. Here's a three-pointer, and it's straight through there. Three-pointer by Brent Arney. He's got 7, his first three-pointer of the night. It's a 3-point lead. There's the double team. 50-47. Ortega. Brandon Connor Goes baseline, interior pass is knocked out of bounds by the defense. 4:35 to go in this fourth quarter. It will be a Leuzinger throw-in. Joe Shepard Jr. check back in. Cedric Poe with the basketball. Ortega doesn't have the three-pointer. Still in the zone. Ortega open momentarily. That's Brandon Connor on the baseline. And there's the shot clock. Shot clock violation. The name of this game tonight has not only been defense for Torrance, it is the way they have played it. They played a good trap. They have doubled the right player. You've seen them double team in the backcourt. You've seen them pick up the man at the midcourt line, and they have denied, for the most part, easy entry passes to Chaz Foster. There's a three-point attempt, and there's another bucket. Michael Williams, he's got 8 points. 53-47, 6-point lead. 3:50 to go. Ortega for three. He's got it. So Oscar Ortega answers right back. He's got 11. 53-50 in favor of Torrance. 3:40 to go. Approaching crunch time. Williams to Keys. Brent Arney, who had a three-pointer. Here's a shorter shot. That won't go. It's knocked out of bounds. Going to be losing her ball. 3:23 to go in the contest. 53-50 in favor of Torrance. Ortega on the baseline. Dishes off underneath. And it's broken up and taken away. So it was a good pass. It looked like Chaz Foster was not expecting it. 3:10 to go. And we have a double dribble. Michael Williams called for the DD. And it goes back to the Leuzinger Olympians. Leuzinger trying to go 10-3, 17-7 overall, trying to take a step closer to possibly locking up first place. But if they lose tonight and West Torrance wins, that might be all over. They've got about 2:55 to try to correct the three-point deficit. Ortega with a fake. Pass off underneath. There's Foster going to lay it up and in. Chaz Foster's got 22. 1-point ball game, 53-52 in favor of Torrance. Marshawn Williams. 35-second clock is important here. Pass off and the layup up and in. Good penetration that time. And Brent Arney, he's now got a total of 9. It's a 3-point ball game once more. 2:20 to go in it. And it'll be a foul, blocking foul, that's going to send Brandon Connor to the free throw line. Or he'll have to hit some pressure free throws. Well, this is a position that Leuzinger has not been in too much lately. Having to pull a ball game out. And if they are going to be successful in postseason, they're going to have to get good in these sorts of situations. He'll get the bonus. Coming back into the ball game, Jeffrey Kalama. A little bit of foul difficulty for Kalama, but he is their leading scorer. And it's back to a 1-point game, 2:17 to go. 55-54 in favor of Torrance. Leuzinger showing some full-court pressure. Now they try to double team at the midcourt line, but Arney's going to break it. And underneath there's Keys for the layup. Well, they apparently know how to break the press. And they get the bucket at the 2-minute mark. It's a 3-point game once more. Side shot, got it. Brandon Connor stepping up big. He's got 8. 1:50 to go, 57-56. Here's a three-pointer. And it's a 4-point ball game. There's James Chang with perhaps the biggest bucket of the night. Chang has 7. Come the other way, and that's a three-pointer. How about that? Brandon Connor stepping right up. It's a 1-point ball game. Both teams coming up big. There's a back pass. It's broken up, taken away. Losing it to the front court. They trail by 1, and they'll call timeout. 1:20 to go in the ball game. James Chang with a big three-pointer. And coming right back the other way and hitting a bucket to keep their hopes alive is Brandon Connor. He has had the last couple of points for the Leuzinger Olympians. They will have the basketball by virtue of the steal. 1:20 to go, and it's Torrance with a 1-point lead. Well, this has easily been the most exciting ball game we've covered this year, basketball-wise, on Channel 22. A couple of the Torrance games that we have covered, actually Hawthorne, excuse me. A couple of the Hawthorne games that we have covered have been kind of exciting, but due to the dismay and disappointment of Hawthorne fans, they have come up on the short end of a lot of the ball games that we've done for them this year. And here are the Leuzinger Olympians battling for a possible divisional crown, trying to pull out a victory. You know that they are going to be tested handling the basketball. So far, on the one attempt Leuzinger made to trap Torrance, they handled the pressure really well, got the good interior passing. Leuzinger Olympians have not handled it for the most part here tonight, and that's why they have not been able to get any offensive momentum, and that's why Torrance has a 1-point lead. But here we go. Leuzinger trying to take the lead. Joe Shepard Jr. to Ortega. Let's see what they'll run. Here's the man who scored most of the last few buckets, and he does it again to give them the lead. Brandon Connor, he's got 13, 1 minute to go. Leuzinger back in front, 61-60. Now here's Torrance. They have used that shot clock effectively. Let's see what they will run. Marshawn Williams quarterbacking the team from the point, getting to Michael Williams. A lot of time on the shot clock. Game clock, 43 seconds. You can feel your blood pulsing for this ball game. Now 8 seconds to go. They're going to have to get off a shot. There's Williams, going to take it to the hole and put it in. Marshawn Williams has 7. 25 seconds to go. Leuzinger can get the last shot. I believe the shot clock should be off. I'm not sure. And there's a baseline drive. No hope. No hope. Here's the rebound, lost out of bounds. Brandon Connor had a good baseline drive, was not able to get it, but they lose the rebound out of bounds. 12 and 4/10 seconds to go. And the Leuzinger Olympians, of all things, are going to get the last shot attempts. So Brandon Connor has been the big man offensively. He had a good little drive on the baseline, went to the left hand, did not get the roll. Torrance had the rebound, but on the clear out, it's off the knee. And that means that with 12 and 4/10 seconds to go, 62-61, Torrance with the lead. The Leuzinger Olympians get the last opportunity. So what do you do here? Brandon Connor has been the hot man from all over. They have not handled the ball that effectively tonight as Leuzinger, so you would think you'd want to probably go to someone down low, but with the way they've been handling the ball and turning it over, not handling the press, you don't know. Do you try to set up an outside shot? Do you set a screen, say, for Oscar Ortega, who's had a three-pointer? How does Torrance play it? Do they look to double up the ball? Do they look to foul someone right away? They're over the limit. If they foul someone, they put someone on the line, so much for that strategy. Here we go. Ortega to throw it in, 12 and 4/10 seconds. Looking, almost a 5-second violation, and did they get, no, they got the timeout. Came close to being a 5-second violation, and they decide to take timeout. Well, Torrance, speaking to Coach George Tachibana before the ball game, he felt, as remote a possibility that it was, that a win here tonight, they will have taken a season series from Leuzinger. All they have to do is win their final ball game and then just see what West Torrance does. And if you've got a couple of teams at 5 losses, they think maybe they can sneak in for the division crown. We told you when this ball game started, they have not given up on the season by any means. Saw him before the ball game talking to his troops. He was animated, he was excited, he was sweating in the locker room. And you know that man right there, Travis Showalter, wants this game. It will be Oscar Ortega trying to trigger it in. They will not guard him. He will have to get it to somebody. They get it in. Here comes the double team, and that's going to be a layup for Foster. A layup for Shaz Foster. It comes off the triple team. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the man who has done so much in this ballgame, although Foster got the bucket, the 2 points, the man who you have to credit for that bucket is Brandon Connor, because he was triple teamed. He could have easily traveled or committed a turnover, but he threw it behind the back and he found Chaz Foster for 24 points. 7 seconds to go exactly. This game is far from over. It's a 1-point lead, 63 to 62. But Torrance will have to go the length of the court. Foul situation, if I read the scoreboard on the far side correctly, I believe Torrance, Leuzinger Olympians, have only committed 5 team fouls. That's either a 5 or a 9. I frankly can't see from my angle, but if they are not over the limit, they can do a couple of things here. Of course, if that is 9, it means any foul puts someone on the free throw line. So Torrance, who has a pretty good backcourt, and Marshawn Williams, a pretty good ball handler. You know they're going to want the ball in his hands. They'll send out Marshawn Williams, Michael Williams, Jeffrey Kalama Jr., Brent Arney will be in there, and James Chang. Leuzinger will send Ortega, Shepard Jr., Connor, Chaz Foster, and Poe. Jeffrey Kalama will throw it in. 7 seconds. They've got to go to the length of the court and get off a shot. They will get it to the point guard. They'll put it in his hands, and yes, they do have some fouls to give, and they do it. 2 seconds ticking off the clock. That gets them to the midcourt line. 5 6/10 seconds to go. I believe that is team foul number 6, which means they have a few more fouls to give. So Kalama Jr. will throw it in. It's into Williams. He has it swatted away. Battle for the rebound. He gets it off, and that's the ball game. The Leuzinger Olympians have won. The Leuzinger Olympians sweated it out tonight, and they pulled it out. This game was about as tough as you can get. The Torrance Tartars gave the Leuzinger Olympians all they could handle all night, and it came down to a block shot, and I believe it was Brandon Connor that got the block. The desperation heave from about 30 feet out did not go. It is way off, and it's a 1-point victory for the Leuzinger Olympians. If you are looking for stars of the ball game, from Leuzinger's point of view, it has to be Brandon Connor and Chaz Foster. Brandon Connor scored key buckets down the stretch of the ball game. He hit a big three-pointer at a crucial time when they were down by 4, and if he misses that three-pointer, they go down. They're trailing at least by 4, if not even more. Although Chaz Foster will be credited with the winning bucket, he gets 24 points. What got him that winning bucket was a pass off of a triple team by Brandon Connor, because Brandon Connor was triple teamed. He did pass behind him. He could have come close to traveling. He could have thrown a turnover, but he got it back to Chaz Foster. Foster laid it in for the 2 to give Leuzinger the lead that they would not surrender. 7 seconds to go. Torrance had to go the length of the court. Leuzinger had some fouls to give. They gave them. And although Torrance had an opportunity, not able to get off a good last shot of the ball game. Actually, the shot that was taken by Marshawn Williams was rejected by Brandon Connor. And there's your ball game. So the way things stand right now, Leuzinger Olympians overall are 10-4 on the season. And they have gone to 17-7. They, depending on what West Torrance does, if they are tied with them record-wise, they still have the tie-breaking edge. Now, since we do not have, we don't have our producer's cell phone, so we don't know what's going on right now in that ball game that's being played between El Segundo and West Torrance. But if you read your paper tomorrow and you find that West Torrance has lost, the Leuzinger Olympians are champions of the Ocean League. If West Torrance has won the ball game, that simply means that Thursday night you can be there on the Olympians' home court when they will take on El Segundo, and they will have a chance to cut down the nets at their home court, because if they do win that ball game, they will be outright champions of the Ocean League. They are headed to the playoffs, but they could be going in as Ocean League champions or an at-large bid. It was a thrilling ball game tonight. Your leading scorer, Chaz Foster, for the Leuzinger Olympians, and we mentioned the game played by Brandon Connor. Jeffrey Kalama, he had a total of 15 points to lead Torrance, and they did play one whale of a ball game, a 1-point win. They gave Leuzinger everything they could handle, particularly possession-wise, handling the basketball. They forced Leuzinger into many turnovers. They picked up the dribble at half court and at three-quarter court. They played a whale of a ball game. they will probably be in, they are still going to be in the playoff hunt and still have an excellent shot at getting one of the 4 spots for the playoffs. And our hats are off to them. They played a fine ball game tonight. So thank you very much for being with us here. Rufus was not with us. If he were here, I don't know if he would have been able to contain himself, but he should be back on Thursday night. We want to thank the fine broadcast crew that we had with us here tonight that helped us out on this broadcast. This is Dave Marks thanking everyone at Channel 22, and let's thank the folks here at this high school, Torrance, the athletic director, and everyone that helped us with the statistics. They did a fine job. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go so far as to give you their names because they deserve credit. The principal, George Kennedy, and athletic director, Bob Anderson, they did a good job here in providing us with the information we need, and we thank the people here at Torrance. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you Thursday night. Dave Marks speaking for everyone at Channel 22, saying so long.